The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Tablet and pen, let's begin. If you don't know who I am, get to know me. My name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. I've been helping people to become millionaires and billionaires for about 45 years now. Now, I know you heard it before, but it's basically a lot of people go blah, blah, blah. Me, I'm going to hold your hand probably every step of the way. Bottom line is they nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit years ago after I brought in billions of dollars of credit for clients. So this is live, and I'm live 6 days a week. Monday through Saturday, every time you got a question, come here. Let me answer the question for you. Tablet and pen, because you can't take pictures, you can't record. I need you to put it here. That's the ultimate goal. Now, there's goodies here. You see the yachts, the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and the helicopters, and even the mansions. Those are things I obtained. You see on this tickety doc in the social media, sorry, I see a lot of blah, blah, blah. But you need is basically flat out some coaching, some holding hands, and some steps, rules. So 6 days a week, you get stuck with me if you want to. Rags to riches. I didn't like eating out of a trash can. I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. I thought it kind of sucked. So guess what I did? I read every book I could and more. That's the goal. Look behind the curtain. See, when I was being dropped off for Redondo Beach Pier from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old, eating out of a trash can, you know what I did? I gathered magazines, literally, and I gathered basically books. I looked at Marina Del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. They got money. How'd they get their money? That's all I wanted to know. So I've been researching that ever since I was a little kid. Bottom line today, let's look at this goodies. $100 million building. How about a $1 million Lamborghini, a $5 million mansion, and some race boats? And some yachts. Why not? You see, they all say one thing in common. They all say the RayReynoldsUniversity.com. See, if I can accomplish the goals, so can you. So let's understand that first 100,000, that's a pain in the ass head. I got to rebuild you, and I got to get you to pay attention. You see, once we get past that 100,000, the million's easy. That's the ultimate goal. Now, if you let me add you to my credit system, and I developed a system a long time ago when I was training Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Asperian. Bottom line is very simple. What we're going to do, first of all, show you the goodies, some of the things I obtained, so you know I'm not full of blah, blah, blah. And then I want to show you how to get the American dream. Is that okay? But I've got to analyze your credit. I've got to look at your Asperian, your Trangio, and your Equifax. I got to show you exactly what you need to do to help yourself and me to help you too. That's the goal. Now I'm online 6 days a week, classes on Wednesday and all day Saturday. Isn't that fun? I just like to repackage every one of you. Last 45 years. So understand, I'm going to say, here's my hand. Let me hold your hand every step of the way. We can do it through workshops or even private time with me. The ultimate goal. You see, there's 1,000 steps to millionaire. There's no shortcut. You got to get to the 1,000 steps. There's a way to be a certified CFO. It's not just giving yourself a title as CFO. All right, it's giving you to be certified, knowing the knowledge, the rules, and the tools. My legacy is going to be the Ray Reynolds University, leaving about $10 billion plus to it. Ultimate goal. Now, getting that first 100,000, I was lucky. It came in the mail when I was 9.5, when I basically started Helping Hand Industries. Getting my first million since I invented Card Finder, that was easy to do. From there, that $2.6 billion under a corporate structure, by the time I was 26, I wanted to help everybody for free. Nobody wanted to play with me. So the bottom line today is whatever you put into the program, don't be surprised if I give you back 100% to times 10 and personal business credit. See, I want to take away your excuses. All right, that way you can't have an excuse starting today. Let's draw that diagram in front of you. That corporation, those are divisions or subsidiaries. So let's write down the two. Corporation can have divisions or subsidiaries. Now understand, if a corporation gets sued, they sue you. So if you have one, be careful today. If we look at the banks and the grocery stores, what they have is a parent company. They own subsidiaries and divisions, and they have branch numbers. So every time they screw up a division, they bankrupt a piece, and then they just write up on their tax and get a tax credit. See, your problem is you didn't learn to play. Sorry. Let's see if I can help you today. Banks and grocery stores. How about Sam's Club? You can look online and see they bankrupt 63 locations, 2 years in California alone before pandemic. So that means over 1,204 so far too. And Geico ran out of California last year. And we look at cities. How does a city file bankruptcy? It's easy. The United States of America Incorporated, they set up 50 corporations called states. They set up corporations called cities. And then they invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy into the Federal Protection Act. You see what happens? Very simple. When they bankrupt the debts, they stay in business. But you went home and went, what? Boo-hoo-hoo. Stop that today. Let's teach you how to repackage you. First of all, number one, stop bringing the pain home. Number two, become a real certified CFO. Number three, reprogram your brain into millionaire status using my blueprint that I developed years ago. See it, believe it, go get it. That's all we got to do. You see, now we got to understand the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, and we the people. You see, here's what happens to all of us. A corporation, for the under the 14th Amendment, has been a legal person for 154 years. We the people, we bring in money, we pay tax every dollar we bring in. Isn't that fun? That's why it's called an SSN. But the corporation's a legal person's got an SS4. They don't pay any tax till it's profitable and more. Wow, we can learn to play. My thought of the week is very simple today. Each day as you move forward, reaching your goals and move forward to reach them again and step by step, again and again. Understand? Biggest problem we got is you. You're afraid to try because you brought the pain on before. You hold yourself back. You don't think you can do this. Biggest problem is you. We got to get past go. So let me repackage every one of you. Now that means structure. Let's write down this again and again. Let's understand. If a corporation does business and they sue the corp, they sue you. So I want your corporation not to do business besides a management company. So your corporation is a management company managing entities. We're going to use divisions instead. California, they have franchise tax fee per corporation. So I don't want to pay the fee. So I have a corporation, all my divisions, they don't pay a fee. So then what do I get to do? Stop bringing the pain home. And from there, I can put all my ducks in a row. What a concept. And I can repackage all of you under a corporate umbrella. You see, I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. Now, understand, I'm also the incorporator for rich and famous people, homeless people, keep people coming out of prison too. So the ultimate goal, I can re-help you. You see, when Dr. Lucky and I put a hospital together in Fiji Island years ago, kids are dying of gum disease. Nobody paid attention. But then we got Arnold on the board, and guess what happened? They paid attention. All right, because the governor was there. You see, Glenn lived in his car for 3.5 years. That kind of sucks. But you know what? $450,000 in credit, new house, new car, build him up to $1 million business. See, if he can do it, so can you. How about Giovanni at Pixar? From there, people coming out of prison. Here's Free Ray, Ricky, Dickety Ross. I got him 3 American Express cards. I did credit for his wife and all the people around him before he came out of prison too. Thomas was in prison for 26 years. So then within 8 months, I got him enough money to get in this first dump truck business to do millions a year. Everybody can do this. The bottom line is the biggest problem with most of you, what you had is you had your kitchen table meeting. You sat around the kitchen table friends and family. We're going to start a business. Everybody got excited, and all of a sudden, where are we going to get the money? Hey, why don't we hawk the house, jack up the credit, and screw it all up? What's what most of you did. Well, you never had to. You can't write off diddly squat about your personal credit. Why would you ever use that to start a business when you don't have to? I don't understand silliness, do you? So we got the choice to play today. Pay attention and I'll turn these up and write things down too. Let's write down today's date. Let's project 90 working days. Why? Because we're going to keep chasing the dream till we accomplish to go and raise the bar. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. It's very simple. Page 16 says cash flow fee per time. Someone else stole that too. You see, these 12 books and CDs I sold at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night for 32 years for $5,000 a set. Ultimate goal. From there, if you want to get to the real estate, how I got in millions dollar real estate too, I have a series how to do that step by step for you. Become the bank financial series and tax balancing. Now, here's how it works. All 18 books and CDs will be free to you if you invest $9.99 with me. Or you pay $9.99 for all 18 books and CDs. I'm the only one who can give them for free, so don't ask anybody else because they're my books. Now, understand, when you start a business, you don't know if you're going to fall off the cliff. They're going to catch you. They're going to push you down. Hold your breath because you're going to need to. See, my journey was not easy. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. She gave me a girl's name, and then she threw me away. I got to be a Mrs. Hope, she-devil from hell. Use and abuse me too. You see, the reality is this. It's a mindset. Your journey can begin with me today if you want to. Every day I'm up at 2:25 in the morning. I go to my knees. I thank Jesus for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. I've done that since I was a little boy. Am I completed everything I need to, or is there more to be done? Who am I supposed to ask to do things or guide me? I didn't get a mommy and a daddy. I got hell instead. Well, you know what you get to do? What you do is you listen to your friends and family, and they have an opinion, and then it slows you down and it clouds your direction. Why don't you listen to someone who brought in millions and billions through the corporate structure? Maybe me. It's up to you. You see, I made 2 promises to myself when I was a long time ago. Very simple. I made the promises. Okay, a long time ago. Number 1, my first promise was very simple. I would never get married and have kids. Ever. Why the blank would I want all that crap and bringing the pain home to a woman and my children? Unless I can master the rules and tools and to learn how to play. And that's exactly what I did. My second promise to myself was I'd never hold a baby till this is my first child. And I did that because I have 6 kids and 10 grandkids. You see, bottom line is everyone can accomplish their goal if they truly want to. But you need rules and tools and understand. July 4th, 2009, I'm basically got 3 yachts in my backyard. I'm helping people 6 days a week. My wife comes to me and says, can we take out one of the yachts and take a group of people from the school and church? I said, why not? Let's go. Let's go fill it up. Next day, my life changed. Doesn't matter if you got millions and billions. I find myself in a coma. My tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. The nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to rip up my heart, take it away. But you know what? Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace and go back. And I said, go back that day. It's all a mindset. See, I've been basically had to move 24 times when I'm 11 and a half years old. The bullies at the schools, you had to run or kick it, and I'd rather die than run. I've been shot twice with a gun. I've been knifed 6 times too. I think I'm God's example for you. What do you think? There's no excuses. So there's no excuses anymore. We're going to say, see it, believe, and go get it. And we're going to get you all to the $1 million dream. Is that okay? I even have a book coming out recently. It's coming out soon. It's called Jesus is Not a Drive-Thru. You see, being a Christian is a way of life, not just a moment in time. Now, let's show you some goodies so you can tell you that I'm telling you the truth. And then let's get you past go. Lamborghinis, Duffys, and mansions. I like goodies. From there, I build the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981. I just wanted to prove white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. From there, we got basically race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Dogs, all right, yachts, and some Ferraris. Don't you deserve the same goodies too? But it's up to you. It's called Ray's Rules. I'll tell you what, if you learn my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it, you can accomplish your goals for your life too. That's all you got to do is pay attention today. See, credit repair is a fraud. Sorry to say it is. From there, write down 6 and 611 today. Please write it down now. You can rebuild your credit yourself, but the problem is you're going to need some answers to some questions too. So let's understand what happens to these credit repair flaky companies that charge that $100 plus a month for several years, and you still have blankety credit too. They write silly letters to the credit bureaus, but the creditor stores information and kind of wakes them up. Sometimes it even pisses them off, and they come after you more. See, it drops your score. You didn't get a 750 doing it that way. And then you think they have a magic wand. Wow, you're going to wipe out my debt. The answer is no. You see, there's no magic wand. You got to man up and woman up, deal with debt. You got to pay your debt. If not, you create a bad karma for you. Now, understand, to get to the point to get 750 score, it's not hard to do. All we have to do is negotiate any open collection account. And from there, all right, put our debt to ratio on most cards, 25, 29%, and a rapid refresh. Now you got a 750 score. Ultimate goal is called the KISS method, by the way. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what KISS stands for. It's not hard to do. Now understand, you're going to have to understand, if I'm going to rebuild you, you got to go to class. You got to learn rules and tools and get some goodies too. Let's give you the first 25 steps today. Number one, we go to annualcreditreport.com, get reports for free. And from there, number two, I want to analyze your Experian, your Transu, and Equifax. I want to make sure you're on my class on 1:30 on Saturday so I can show you exactly what you need to do 100%. So that way, within about 90 working days, you got a 750 score. Simple to do. Now you become a CFO for the corporation and more. Now, can you get out your Social Security card, please? I'd like you to look at the card front and back and read it this time, which you never did. Here's the application for Social Security card that mommy did if Nixon took the gold standard out, or you did it yourself too. The bottom line is people got credit in the 70s and 80s. They never used their SSN like you. Unfortunately, you didn't pay attention. The SSN is for the 1040 tax return. That's all it's for. Even line 1 says name to be shown on card, full name at birth, other than above, the name you want to use. You see, if you read the card front and back today and pay attention, usually it'll say do not laminate, don't use ID purposes, and don't carry it with you. All right, and then it always says property of such administration, not you. That's the IRS, by the way. So we got an SSN to create a 1040 tax return. That's what made us sheep and ducks. And then you got your first paycheck, and what happened next? You thought you were ripped off. My money's missing, half of it's gone. Then someone pointed out, the IRS gets their cut. You get the leftover. That's what makes us sheep and ducks. So let's understand today, what you didn't do is master the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which you should have, because it says a corporation is a legal person under SS4. So if we listen today and write down irs.gov, write down 1244, we file one tax return for both, and we do a single filing called an S corporation, and we almost never pay tax again. There you go. Oops, I did it again. Wow, what a concept. So if we compare the two, SS and SS4. So that's SS5, all right, getting what? A tax return. SS4 for the corporation. Here we pay tax on everything we bring in. Here we don't pay tax till we're profitable. I wonder if we should learn to be a good CFO. And ask yourself why today you're not a great CFO yet. And you can finance that whole business under the corporate credit and write it all off because you're allowed to. You could balance your debt today, but we only get one SSN. It means 9 out of 10 people screw that up every day, sorry to say. And you get one SS4 for the corporation. If they sue the corp, they sue you. That kind of sucks too. Either way, we're ducks. Well, in 1985 and 86, I developed something called a division process. So every division doesn't pay a franchise tax fee, and it gets another chance to try, a second and third and final chances to try. You see, the goal is not to bring the pain home. Corporation, they sue it, they sue you. No. We're going to learn today how we're going to have and become that certified CFO. We're going to reprogram our brains into millionaire status. And the first thing we have to do is tear apart your SSN. Sorry, you made it a sheep and a duck. SS4 is a flying eagle, so we could play. I have to rebuild you now. I have to rebuild you to make you a qualified CFO of the corporation and the divisions. I'd like to do an SS4 for you too, if you allow me to, please. But again, that's up to you if you allow me to do that for you and choose wisely. You see, the goal is this: we can put all our ducks in a row under a corporate umbrella. We can try again and again. See, none of us had to bring the pain home in the first place. You did it because of your lack of knowledge. So let's understand that SSN works for the 1040 tax return. Left-hand corner says SS5, that's IRS. Let's compare it to an SS4. Line 1 in front of you says legal name of entity of an individual person. So a bank, like Bank of America, a parent company, they write off and they bankrupt locations called branch numbers. Grocery stores in cities do this all the time. So if you put your name on line 1, we can set up credit files under the tax ID for you. And you can understand this form is the only form on planet Earth. You've heard of planet Earth, right? That says reason to apply banking and credit purposes. And that way you can get one per entity. Give you another chance to try. And what a corporation does, there's 4 things. It should only buffer tax, doesn't pay tax, so it's profitable. Corporate credit, we get to write it off interest in the credit card line of credit. We get to buy a car at fleet price and tax ID division, and we go to the hotel and stay and get the free buffet. That's all it should do. See, the divisions give you 7 reasons why. Line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, real estate, and separate liability. So if you listen carefully, a division gives you a line of defense so you never bring the pain home ever again. Ultimate goal. So that means every debt follows the tax ID and it builds a cash credit report. So you don't have to jack up your credit ever again. You never had you in the first place. Wow. Would have paid attention, would have been helpful, right? Statement of guarantee. I'll guarantee what I say I can do, as long as you're part of the program and you follow through and you go to class. All right, and I rebuild you. Now, if you jack up your cards and reapply for credit, because I add history to you in the corporate divisions, because you get these things they pre-qualify, which you're not, you screw up, sorry, you violated the rules. I might have to charge you a fee or close your case, but you will be responsible for what you do to you. From there, understand if you have an open collection account, negotiate. Past should not chase future, and that's the goal. IRS.gov. We can get a form called 656 433A and B. We can solve almost every problem you ever had too. But again, that's going to be up to you to pay attention today. I like to do basically a rapid refresh. I invented rapid refresh and rapid scoring 39 years ago. 750, not hard to do. I got to make sure you're part of the program so I can repackage you. Is that okay? Now remember, to get a 750 score, it's not hard to do. Negotiate collection accounts, any open ones. From there, debt ratio 25-20% of most cards, and a rapid refresh. Now you got a 750 score. All right, it's called the KISS method. Now you can be a CFO for the corporation and the divisions too. You see that 750 is waiting for you, but you got to pay attention. Today, I'm going to rebuild your credit, a rapid rescore. I want you to go to class on Saturday as many times as you can for 90 days, get you 750. Now I'm going to charge you $999, but I'm going to give you a cash card back for $1,000. That's simple. And from there, I'm going to be your coach for 90 days. During this broadcast, I will discount that to $499 if you pay by scan and pay now, or Zelle. And then I'm your coach for 90 days. And that card I'm going to get you now, because you only pay $499, is $500. So you get your money back 100%. Isn't that fun? There's your Zelle. Take a picture. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. Bank transfer, deposit, or wire. So understand, if you need to always call the office and be assigned a specialist, you can at 800-510-3338. If you basically call, let them know you saw me on the webinar. And always write down RW when you do a Zelle. Now, if you want to refer people, you can. We'll build more credit, or we'll Zelle you 10%. It's going to be up to you. You can make up to $1,000 today if you want to. Now, I need you to call the phone number. Write it down, please, 888-567-8688. I want you to opt out for 5 years to get off the national mailing list. You did it to yourself because you're a voter, got a corporation, or a cable bill. That's how you get robocalls and junk mail, by the way. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is planning the problem. See, this is the biggest problem. You didn't realize your friend and family were going to rip you off and knock you down. You didn't realize you're going to spend thousands on a bunch of crap that didn't work. So we got to plan the problem from now on. Next, I need you to write down safety credit. Every card you have in your personal wallet needs a sticky. You're going to write down the limit. You're going to maintain 25% on most cards, never pass 29%, and you're going to create the line of defense. That way you never bring the pain home. What I drew for Yarborough years ago, TRW, was 0 to 29 is green, which it is, and 30 is yellow, and 50 is red. Now, finally, all the dashboards caught up with that too. See, that sticky will help you with the discipline. And that way, when you have an emergency, you're going to do what I tell you to do. Instead of jacking it up, bringing the pain home, you're going to use the right card. See, the biggest problem is balance your debt through an emergency. What are we going to do? Well, that's what happens to every one of you. Then you panic. When you jack up a card, your score drops. You get stuck, you can't get any more. If you understood there are 2 cards on the planet Earth that allow you paid over time limit and unlimited to $1 million and don't affect your credit score as long as you maintain the payment. You can max it out $1 million and paid over time limit too. That's the gold and platinum cards. Again, that's the emergency card, not the screw up. From there, what happens when most people have an emergency, lose their job, they do the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they go jack up their personal credit in 42 days and screw it up. And then they bring the pain home. Why would they do that? I don't understand. Isn't that kind of stupid? Isn't that kind of dumb? When you could have corporate credit instead, why would you jack up that too? I don't understand. See, it's like today when someone says, I need $5,000, I need it now, now, now. When you need it, the answer is no. When you don't need it, the answer is yes. That's how it works. So go ask your friends and family in the bank, they'll say no. Now here's a $5,000 card, let's use it for safety. If I max it out today, the payment's $50 a month. But the average person wastes $50 every other day. And if they say they waste $140 a week, which usually they do, that's $600 a month. If I took $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, I get to write off the interest in the credit card. And the payment is $612.26. What the average person wastes and screws up on a given month, they could have basically got $50,000 of corporate credit. Bought 2 pizza restaurants during the drive-through during the pandemic using some common sense. Since the only thing that usually stayed open through pandemics is drive-through and fast food and delivery service, what do you think? But again, it's up to you. Reaching your goal, believe in yourself. I believe in God and I believe in me. I was kicking the door jam at 10, then the basketball hoop after that too. Everybody go, what? See, what made you jump? Just stupid people say we don't. You got choices today. When Nixon took the gold standard out, most people didn't pay attention to that too. Won't you write down Ray's rules right now? How about we write down 100,000 and we don't use more than 29%? That would give you 71,000 of safety credit case blankets, fan, loss of job, or pandemic. So then you're prepared for that safety credit, planning the problem too. But when you take personal credit to start a business, that's kind of dumb because you jacked it up and got stuck, couldn't get any more. I don't understand that. When all you had to do is use corporate credit. The cards, you can write it in the credit card. And if you made it, you basically absorb the taxation. Usually, if you lose, you get rid of a division like the bank and the grocery stores do without you hurting the corporate you. Why do people bring the pain home? I don't understand. So I developed a system that I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. I kept the promise to me. Well, I basically have your cake. You needed 2 Ray's rules. Step number 7. Become a certified CFO, never bring the pain home. That'd be silly to do. You see, today there's me in that coma. Once you Google the address, you find out I'm telling you the truth. See, I've been in 2 comas in my life. One, I got to be crippled. Jesus said, get up, and I got up. And the last one, I got to die. Got to come back and help you. So Jesus understands something today. The devil's always trying to knock us down and hurt us and hold us back. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So we got the choice to understand. I want to repackage you so you break even. You learn to balance your debt. You don't bring the pain home ever again. And then we look at the corporate credit because we're going to get 10 cards per entity since it's a legal person. That's well over $1 million now. You can finance the American dream and write it all off at the same time while I rebuild you. It's not legal accounting advice. It's just me using my blueprint to rebuild your life the way you should have did it in the first place. Now, I like the banks that have unsecured lines of credit. It's called checkbook money, by the way. Checkbook money up to 150. Banks give up to 150 with no tax return. Checkbook money. So that can be $5.4 million. Or you have checkbook money with corporations and divisions. As long as we have a 2-year corporation, see all these people here, they leverage it into up to $4 million. See, borrow money is not taxable. We could play. So you can learn the reference of 3, all right, times 5, and you can get more money to more money. You can learn to play. I'll teach you how to do that, what I've taught rich and famous people to do too. We get to play every step of the way. So understand, if you want checkbook money, you have to have a 2-year corporation, last year, this year, and you got to tell the truth. You've been in business for 2 years. Then you're okay to get up to that 150. All right, per entity, by the way. All right, that's called checkbook money. Now, if you don't have it, I set up extra corporations last year. So if you want, I have California Corps, which you can qualify in any state you want. Same for you if you started a new one, but they're 2 years old. The office sells it for $3,999. If you did it through me, I add 10,000 of history. You can pick profit or nonprofit. I have one left of the nonprofit. And then from there, if you Zelle during the broadcast, your fee is $9.99. So I give you 10 times your money back to the credit purposes too. You get to win. Whoops, you did it again. There's Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. And always put, if you Zelle, do RW, please, what you Zelle for too. Now, a corporation right in front of you, Chapter 18, says a corporation, I'm going to circle it for you. Let's circle it together. Corporation is a legal person that may sue or be sued. Now, I turned around and I heard that when I was 7.5 years old at Mrs. Hope's house. Every Wednesday night they had a poker game. She was a she-devil from hell, using and abusing me. So I wrote it down. They told me I was weird, probably true. Next day, I went to the Torrance Police Department. There's a library next door. I walked in and go, man, what does this mean? My lady walked away, didn't say a word. Came back, here's a box of his bug. She was a amazing. She's a librarian. I read the book. Then I realized there's no blueprint. The blueprint you've been looking for all your life. By the way, I'm your blueprint. Can you pay attention today? I sent away my money order to the Secretary of State of California. I was 9.5 after 2 years at the library. And I got a corporation and came back. See, all corporations are free. You just pay a little filing fee. Why do people put and spend $3,000 to $5,000 for a piece of paper that was free? Or that's stupid? I don't understand that. Well, Helping Hand came back when I was 9.5, got $100,000 in the mail. All right, I even got named in the movie Dave. You see, we get to play. I've been basically an affiliate for 39 years building credit reports. Would you like me to build one for you? Simple. Corporations and divisions get cash credit and we write it all off. It can finance itself. What a concept too. CFO certified, and it's like when I build credit for my cat. I did it as a stunt. Harold almost turned green. Inc. magazine came to me at the Bonovich, said, ask me some questions. And I said, use plastic to finance your business. Now we can write it all off. Cats have 9 lives. Today, can you get out your magic wand? Let's give you 9 lives too, so you don't bring the pain home ever again. Is that okay? Under the corporate umbrella, we're going to create tax ID, allows us to create credit reports and get cash credit, lines you up for checkbook money. What a concept. And on top of that, what do you get to do? 7 reasons why. Don't take a picture. Write it down again and again. Line of defense so cheap. Multiple functions, buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports, real estate flippity-dippity doos, and separate liability. You see, that allows corporate reports under tax IDs. That's the way we build cash credit. We get to write off in the first place. And they all use tax ID for every entity. All right, understand, if you say $1 million, I'm going to tell you need 9 divisions. If you say 5 million, I'm going to tell you need 41. See, it's a numbers game, how to play the game. From there, if I get you a gold card, my next question to you, would you like 9 sister cards? That's what you get to do. See, every McDonald's, when you drive through, it says operated and owned by, right? If you screw up one, you go get up another one. and you get basically a piece of property or franchise. Your banks and grocery stores do this in your face. Isn't it time you learn how to play? But again, that's up to you. Again, we can go set up another one again and again. But I understand today, if we want to loan out some money, we can do that too. In my book 45 years ago, it said basically cash flow for your time. So you could create a cash flow off the credit up to 5 to 10,000 a month to replace your income or to enhance it. It's not hard to do. When I built my first matrix of 41 divisions, I brought in up to 190,000 plus a month. I like money. I didn't like eating out of a trash can. So there's my 41 divisions for 190 a month, which is in my book called Buckets of Money. You like goodies? I like goodies. I like the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor, yachts parked in the backyard, and Lamborghinis and buildings and goodies and goodies and goodies. See, if you let me repackage you, you can get some goodies too. I'm going to hold your hand. Do the workshops are privately too. Again, what do we do if you do exactly what I tell you to do and get a corporation managing entities? One's in trouble. Mayday, mayday. What are we going to do? Simple. We're going to have a meeting. In that meeting, we're going to vote and elect, even with ourselves, to disconnect, isolate, and incorporate. If we can't save it, we're going to do what we're allowed to do under the Federal Protection Act, like the banks, the grocery stores, and the cities do. We're going to bankrupt that and go get another one. We're not going to bring the damn pain home. Why would we do that? It'd be stupid to do that. Nobody's stupid enough to do that, right? All right, you never have to bring the pain home learning tax IDs and divisions. The way to play. It's like when I do a division for you, I do the tax ID, 2000 of history, and I set up the credit reports of Spear and Chandra and Equifax ready to go. The office sells them for $1,000 each. I sell 3 for $1,500, $500 a piece. You can scan now, and pay now. You can Zelle too. See, you're building a corporate umbrella, and you're getting credit reports, and that way you don't bring the pain home to you and your family ever again. There's your Zelle if you want to, or bank transfer deposit. So understand, I'd like to get you $1 million of corporate credit cards and up to $5 million of checkbook money. Is that okay if we line you up for that too? Ultimate goal. I'm online 6 days a week. All right, and classes all through Saturday too, repackaging every one of you. So let's understand today, please. Now, this last week or so, a couple weeks ago, I had my last and final boot camp I'm ever going to do. So this is my last year of the 6 days a week. I made a promise to my wife and my son, millionaire corporation this year. Let's get you there. Now understand, if you miss setting the tone, that was my last and final boot camp ever I'm going to do. From there, you can get into part 2. This is Ray Reynolds Millionaire Member for 6 months. There's only 7 positions left. The rest of them are getting towards $1 million dream. Then I basically do the blueprint with them privately. Then we do Zooms and calls. And then they get all the classes, level 1, 2, and 3, and special classes for free. And then I build them $50,000 of credit, which is normally $5,000 for that. Today, you get all that in 6 months of coaching with me for $5,000 if you scan now. That's up to you. Again, you can Zelle, bank transfer deposit too. Now remember, specialty classes. I have 10 classes on Saturday. And the one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon is one of those specialties. This one is always sold out. Dun and Bradstreet. It's at 3 o'clock on Saturday. I charge $9.99 for 90 days of classes in rotation. All right, for the specialties, or $4.99 each. It's up to you if you want to Zelle, put RW, which is Zelle for it too. Ultimate goal, checkbook money, never forget, because everybody needs some checkbook money. Up to $5.4 million of that too. All it takes is corporations and a bunch of divisions. See, you had a chance to get more lives for you, and you didn't do that. You brought the pain home instead. Doesn't that kind of suck? So here's the one, they got millions of dollars too. But again, borrow money is not taxable. And if you want, I'll show you how to take money into more money. All right, literally reference 3 times 5. And that way we get some more checkbook money too. All right, but you have to be in business for 2 years. That's the goal. And the corporation too. So if you don't have one from last year for checkbook money, I did some extra ones for you. So for the office, they're charging $3,999. All right, first shelf corporation, 2 years old. From there, I'll add 10,000 of credit if you do it through me. And if you use Zelle, you can pick profit or nonprofit. I only have one nonprofit left. And then I give you, if you Zelle, I give it to you for $9.99. So you get 10 times your money back. There's your Zelle, and you put RW to Zelle, please. From there, let's understand. A division of you. Keep in mind, a division guarantees a car, okay? Guarantees a lease on a building, guarantees a new house, guarantees and receives money in daisy chain credit. See, every one of you are going to need 3 divisions of you, all right? That'll help you as well. Never bring the pain home. Now, a division of you, the office sells it for $1,000. I always discount them to $499, but it's up to you. Use Zelle, and you put RW to do that too. You see, all cash applications require a certified CFO, and that's the ultimate goal. So remember, there's only 2 cards on planet Earth that allows literally unlimited up to $1 million, and on top of that, paid over time limit, and they don't affect the 29% rule. All the other ones do. And you can max the suckers out as long as you maintain the payment in case there's an emergency for you too. It's the gold and platinum cards. I charge you $999 to build one up for you if you want me to. Let me know. They offer 99 more cards, lines of credit to it as well, and I can get you a pack of 10. Would you like up to $1 million or 10 million? What would you like? But it's up to you too to learn to play. See, you got to balance your debt. But again, I like you to use gold and platinum cards to help you balance that debt so you don't bring the score up and down like a yo-yo ever again, and get them for the corporations too. So the first 4 of these cards would cost you about $4,000 for me to build them up for you. But again, if you want all 4 today, you get it for $19.98 versus basically $4,000. It's up to you. Again, if you want $100,000 of credit, I usually charge up to 10%. $50,025. If you scan, you save 60%. There you go again, or you can Zelle and put RW to do that, bank transfer, deposit, or wire. See, the problem with the world is they do stupid things. When they use their personal credit to start a business, and they can't write off diddly squat, they hurt their family. Why would they do that to themselves? I don't understand. They second guess, well, let's take the chance. No, let's not take the damn chance. When you use corporate credit, you can write off the interest rate in the credit card. Borrow money is not taxable. If you win, you absorb the taxation. Usually, if you lose, then you get rid of a division or a piece so you don't hurt the corporate you. Why do people bring the pain home? Shouldn't they have their cake and eat it too? Raise rules, never basically bring the pain home and become a certified CFO. It's not hard to do. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. One hand in, one hand out. We're going to do the Macarena. We're going to do the hokey pokey. One hand basically, I'm an SSN, I'm a tax, everything I bring in. Now what makes us ducks and sheep? The other hand says SS4, I don't pay any tax, so I'm profitable. IRS rules, public record. So why don't we learn to play under the 1244 S corporation and almost never pay tax again? You see what happens with most of you. If I wrote you a check hypothetically for $1 million, you put it in your personal account. I'm sorry, I'd say that's kind of dumb. You only keep $375. I would have told you to put it in the corporation and keep all the money, pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. And the bottom line is how the rich and famous people probably do it too. Again, up to you. Now understand the United States of America Incorporated, they set up 50 corporations that are called states. States set up corporations called cities. See, they're planting the problem in your face and you're not paying attention. They even invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy into the Federal Protection Act so they can bankrupt a debt and stay in business. You could have played all along. What's wrong with you? Are these not turned up loud enough? Why would you bring the pain home when you never had to? I don't understand that. Why don't you Google bankruptcy today? You see, when blank hits the fan, the next time in your life, because life is a roller coaster of favor and persistence, is it SSN in the family, or is it tax ID, corp division, or subsidiary? Who's going to feel the pain the next time? It's going to be up to you. Step number 10 today, Mary's great. When I met Mary, she already screwed everything up. She married her third grade sweetheart. They got 2 kids, 2 dogs, cat, and a fish. Which I figured the fish would eat the cat or the cat eat the fish, right? But then Mary gave $10,000 to the CPA and attorney. Oh, that nice. Well, they said they're going like a bunch of dummies. And then she used $98,000 of her personal credit. She dropped her 800 score to a 591 and asked the CPA and attorney, "What did I do wrong?" What are their responses? "I don't know, damn thing." I have no idea what to be an entrepreneur. See, Mary's problem, she wanted a restaurant because grandma taught her how to cook. Oh, goody. When she did the corporation, she guaranteed the restaurant and it failed during the pandemic. So she lost the restaurant, lost her home, and her husband divorced her and said, "I didn't sign up for this too." See, the problem is what she did is what most of you do. See, the division should have been the restaurant. She should have created a line of defense. And the division of her should have guaranteed that restaurant in the first place. Instead, she made herself a duck. Like most of you, you see, there's no reason to do that ever again. Now I rebuilt Mary and she's back with her husband. All right, they're happily ever after again too. Again, choices. Let me add you to my credit system. I will build you up to $1 million if you pay attention and you go to class and you learn how to play. If not, I don't want to help you. But see, that's the way it works. You have to know the rules and tools how to play. Understand today, if you spend thousands of dollars on a corporation, I'm sorry, you killed money. That's called stupid. All right. Then the attorney, CPA, and incorporated service you paid, and you didn't learn diddly squat. By the way, corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. In California, currently, they waived the fee till June of this year. You never had to be a sheep and a duck. So let's give you a starter package. Is it okay? National average for corps is about $3,000 right now. Let's give you the world. Let's rebuild your credit rapid score. Articles also text you if you don't have them. If you don't, I'll hand it to you. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ultimate Go, you stuck with me. Let's charge you $2,000, but let's give you $5,000 of credit back. So it's 2.5 times your money back. Is that okay? Then I'll train you to be a certified CFO. During this broadcast only, I will discount that half price for you. It's a giveaway if you scan and pay now, or you Zelle. All right, that's 5 times your money back to you. It's better than being in Vegas. You won blackjack. 90 days of coaching with me. So the ultimate goal, the discount is only good during the broadcast. Million in the making, $5,000, you get $25,000 of credit. But again, if I basically wanted you to do this correctly today, I want to give you 10 times your money back. And I cut the price in half to $24,999. So you scan, you pay now, or you Zelle. And now you get coaching with me for 90 days too. But again, the discount is only during the broadcast. There's your Zelle. You put RW to Zelle. Ultimate goal, beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you. Getting past go. See, I like goodies. You like goodies? All right, the mansions in the harbor, God's gift. How about we get race boats and Lamborghinis and yachts, saying the Ray Reynolds University.com. Helicopters, buildings, and Lamborghinis too. You see, now I need you to change your driver's license because I said so. P.O. Box, mail, and address, please. More privacy. Unfortunately, you didn't do that, and that's why they got information out there too. Step 12. Now, the car you drive today, what did you do? You let them sweat you for 5 hours and you're a grown-up? Didn't that make you feel like a sheep and a duck? You lost 5,000, got 9 inquiries? What is wrong with you? On that piece of paper, you should at least wrote down one inquiry and took a picture. You could have set the tone that day. Well, I'm sorry, you did it and you screwed up too. You see, we're going to do this differently from now on. We're going to use Ray's rules. We're going to basically get a car. We're going to say fleet price, tax ID division, write it down. We don't need gap insurance. It doesn't show up on personal reports. It's a corporate car, and we become a certified CFO. See, the problem with you, house or car, if it's repossessed or taken back and they convert that what they got as a negative, they can convert it to a 1099-C. Now you got, oops, an IRS problem again. See, you didn't plan the problem. What's wrong with you? Have these turned up yet? You see, you got choices today. The division should be the registration of a car, because if they get in a bumpity bump, they can't sue you. They get diddly squat. Why not? But again, planning the problem. Stop bringing the pain home. ultimate goal. So let's understand every property you ever invest in should be a division. That way, because you don't know who's going to slip, fall, and sue you and try to screw you over. How about your paycheck? It offsets by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. Why would they pay tax? See, they know how to play, and there's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter with a line of credit within 24 hours. He's got a spaceship. So the other guys, they got spaceships too. You could play the game if you want to, but again, you can stop bringing the pain home, which you never had to do in the first place. But again, this is step 15. Pay attention today. Money into more money, reference 3 times 5. Don't worry, I'll show you what I show millionaires and billionaires to do all the time. You see, Carl here, it doesn't pay any tax, state or federal, no matter how many billions he brings in. Walt Disney have $1 billion in cash in the bank. They're supposed to pay tax now, but they don't. They wrote an IOU to themselves. It's in Newsweek, how they deduct taxes. Borrow money's not taxable, leveraging money to more money. So again, if you need to call the accounting department at 800-510-3338 and let them know you're online with me, go for it today. They'll assign you to a specialist too. Run your life through a corporate in conjunction, please. Ultimate goal. Next thing is pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. You see, your paycheck's what, taxable income? And you get the leftover? You're paying the car payment, the gas registration, insurance when you could yell no. I don't understand. Why don't you drive a company car like I do? Why would you bring the pain home in the first place? Why don't you get an SS4 today? And it'll say line 10, banking and credit purposes. It's public record. You can go to irs.gov and download an SS4 and find out I'm telling you the truth, so you never have to be a duck again. Because if they sue you, you're going to have to duck. You see, you got choices today. When Nixon took the gold standard out, Mama had to sign an SSN for the baby. They got to bond the baby and print some more money. And the baby goes in the stroller, the car seat, and has to go to work, right? You see, it's like anything we do, it's always rules and tools. When you buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. The ultimate goal, you have a house not in a trust, that's called dumb. When they sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in a probate. Your family got diddly squat. You fix up a property, you hire the contractor. Oh, goody. They hire the subcontractor that stands outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they slip and fall and cut corners today and sue you, they take everything you got. My way, they're going to get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look at your irrevocable trust today? But that's up to you. Step 19, 6 more to go. We can learn to play. Now, I get people all the time, Ray, I don't want to pay tax. And I always go, you want to go to prison like Wesley Snipes did for 5 years? Or you got to realize you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. IRS.gov, if you tried, 656, 433 A and B, get yourself back in the system. All right. And that's step 20 for you. Next thing is learn to be a CFO and learn to basically be an OPM up to 70% discount. You don't pay a bill for up to 90 days. When you close escrow, maybe you have up to 200,000 left over. Don't do like most people do and act like they're rich and piss it away the next day. Leverage it to 15 million. Raise rules, leveraging money up to 15 million. We can do borrow money, it's not taxable, and a line of defense. The ability to go get it. Oh, by the way, that's called step 21. That's blackjack. Oops, you win. Is that okay with you winning today? Here's my location, 2009. 22,000 square feet building, one technology drive or run spectrum. I got to die in a coma and come back and help you. What did I do? Go home and go boo-hoo-hoo when they stole my life? Nope, within $1 million of credit within 6 weeks. I don't stay down. Why would you stay down? You never had to in the first place. Again, let's teach you to play. Blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. Ultimate goal. Yes, I'm going to always tell you what to do because I want you to follow through to be 1,000 steps to millionaire and to become a certified CFO. Let me repackage every one of you. Checkbook money, I love that too. Keep in mind, step 22. Ultimate goal, they leverage money into the millions. Borrow money is not taxable. And so we can reference 3 and times 5, and we can get some checkbook money too. As long as we have a 2-year corporation and say you're in business for 2 years, as long as it's the truth, it'll set you free. Under the corporation and divisions called checkbook money. And if you don't have a 2-year corporation, I have some in stock. I have one nonprofit left and the rest are in profit. The office sells them for $39.99. From there, I give $10,000 in credit if you do it through me, and I charge basically $9.99, so you get 10 times your money back, as long as it's during this broadcast and it's Zell with RW on it too. Ultimate goal. So a corporation gets cash credit, so the divisions. That's the goal, to finance itself or write it all off. From there, the corporate umbrella. If you allow me to build the reports for you, I'll get you the Experian, Transfer and Equifax under tax ID. And we got to remember, each tax ID builds another credit report. And then we get up to 9 divisions at up to $1 million. If you say you want literally 5 million, I'll tell you it's 41 divisions. All right, that's what you have to do. So understand, when I do the divisions for you, tax ID, 2,000 of history, set the reports. Office sells them for $1,000 each, good price. I sell them at $500 a piece, and the reality is 3 for $1,500 if you scan or use Zell now. Corporate umbrella, and you get the credit to each entity. There's your Zell with an RW, what you had to Zell, and what you put with your Zell for too. Ultimate goal, 45 years helping people, teaching and preaching what needs to be done. What are you willing to lose? Family, no. Corporation, they sue you, right? Court division. So if we play chess today, we're going to lose pieces on both sides, both of us. But at the end of the day, my way, we both get checkmate. I like checkmate, don't you? But again, that's step 23. You want to refer people, you get basically more credit, or you get Zell back to you. You can make up to $1,000 today. Reach in the dream. Think to be the impossible. I've done it all my life. Raise rules. Training people to be a CFO. All right, certified CFO, corporations and divisions, building up to $1 million. Ultimate goal. So if you let me add you to my system, I can rebuild you. I have to analyze your Experian, Transfer and Equifax, tell you what you need to do in your part. From there, it's my last and final time of the 6 days a week that I've done this year. It's my last year after 45 years. If you missed setting the tone, sorry you did that. That was my last and final boot camp I'm ever going to do. From there, you can get into part 2. Part 2 is when you become a Ray Reynolds Millionaire member for 6 months. All right, we only have 7 left. We're only allowing 25 people in the first place. And what happens is I do an interview with you up to an hour, and then we actually get phone calls and Zooms for up to 6 months, level 1, 2, and specialty classes. And you get $50,000 credit, normally $5,000 just for that. But you get to basically do $5,000, get a discount, or you can put $1,000 down and $1,000 a month. All right, during the program, and you can scan for the $4,500 to pay in full to get the 10% discount now, or you can Zell the $1,000, put RW and Zell now too. Ultimate goal, keep in mind, never have joint credit, it's just in the way. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporations free in all 50 states, a little filing fee. Why do people spend thousands of dollars and kill money? I don't get it. Isn't that kind of dumb? But then the reality is the division for real estate, franchise, current business, and set up the line of defense. You see, if you don't set up the line of defense, then you bring the pain home to you every time. So I give bonus cash credit for a reason. So you can finance the business, take away your excuses, and get to the $1 million dream. Step 24, ultimate goal. So if we do this today, 750 scores waiting for you. We're going to make you go to class up to 90 days. We're going to do the rapid refresh. We're going to get you the 750. As long as you're part of the program and you pay attention, we can repackage you. We rebuild the credit, we tear it apart. All right, we add a rapid refresh. You go to class on Saturday up to 90 days, 750 score, and you get it, all right, for $999. That's the ultimate goal. From there, $999. So that means $1,000. We rebuild your life, and we give you a car for $1,000 back. Now it became free. During the broadcast, all right, I discount that half price for you to $499. I mean, if you Zell now or you scan now. If not, you call the office, you pay $1,000. Again, it's 90 days. I'm your coach, and that's how we play. And the card becomes $500 to reimburse you. From here, here's starter package. Rebuild the credit rapid score. Articles also text you if you don't have it. If you do, we'll use what you got. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. $5,000 of credit back to you, 2.5 times your money, because we charge you $1,999. But during the broadcast here, I discounted to $9.99 if you scan, pay now, or Zelle. And then I'm your coach for 90 days. The discount's only good during the broadcast. From there, $1 million in the making, $5,000 because you get $25,000 of bonus cash credit. That's 5 times your investment. But then if you get the discount now, it's $2,499 now, and you scam or use Zelle, and you're a coach for 90 days, and you get 10 times your money back. Again, that's better than being in Vegas. You got blackjack. See, the discount is only during the broadcast with me. You write down RW and what you Zelle for. See, every one of you should be a corporate millionaire. Under your corporation and divisions, you should never bring the pain home ever again. All you had to do is learn to play. Banks and grocery stores and cities do this in front of you. So number one, once again, as we started beginning today, stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram our brains into millionaire status. Look behind the curtain, what needs to be done. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. And at the end of the day, if you want to call 800-510-3038, tell them you were on the webinar with me, go for it today. But again, that's step 25. Every one of us, we have to do our best. What God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never have to bring the pain home. And remember, at the end of the day, God loves us all.